go get them again.
Welcome back to another unboxing first impression video on my channel. Today we are delving into the brand of Giorgio Armani, and yes, we are going back into the Acqua Di Gio lineup, and this one right here called Acqua Di Gio Absolu. An oldie of the line. You know, the past to 2025 right now is the year of Armani on my channel. You know, I didn't plan it this way, but it looks like I've been unboxing tons and sampling samples of tons of Stronger With You. Flankers have been coming out, obviously the newest Acqua Di Gio Elixir, and then I started unboxing things that I bought like 2-3 years ago that it's been sitting in the pile over there. Obviously I started with this guy right here, some like basically some discontinued Acqua Di Gios, and this one is part of that lineup. So I still have, I actually have a flanker of this one. Instinct, I believe, Absolute Instinct, which is somewhere in that pile over there. And I have some over here too, on the side of the camera to unbox. So I think I have 2 or 3 more Acqua Di Gios to unbox from the line. Still going strong on building my Acqua Di Gio lineup. Still think, if you're new here, I still think that the classic's the classic. You have to respect it for what it is. I was never an Acqua Di Gio guy. If you don't know me, now you know. I've had this bottle for ages now, just a small little dent. I wear it from time to time. It's a classic. Essenza, I think, is the best formulation of what, in my mind, I would think of a modern Acqua Di Gio release is. Essenza is absolutely gorgeous, and then all the other guys don't really care about them. I'm one of those that really didn't like a lot of these Acqua Di Gios flankers. So we'll see what this one has to offer. It's a true blue first impression. Once this thing was in stores, I really ignored Acqua Di Gio as a lineup. And you can kind of tell like I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff. Like this was kind of bare actually, if you don't take a look at the past couple months. So let's see, still going strong, but sadly nothing is impressing me yet. Still the best, still getting the respect, and then the rest, basically. This isn't a discontinued Acqua Di Gio. However, randomly, I think in the UK, they must have found a big box full of this stuff back in late 2024, because in the UK, they had it on their official website, back on, for sale. So if you are from that area, definitely, you know, we are in March, but if you're interested in this, I think that would be the only official Armani. Now, I didn't go into every sector, but I think that's the only one that's actually from the Armani site that would be selling it. And I think they're selling it at a discount, because I think they found like a whole bunch of them, and they're like, oh, we should probably sell this stuff, get it off our site, get it out. So yeah, interesting. I can't wait to smell this one and just see. My excitement level is not super high, but I'm still, you know, the bottle looks good. I gotta say that. So if you are new here, welcome to the Robezoid channel. I'm your host, Mark. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, much appreciated. You do get unboxings of stuff like this that's, you know, technically old as dirt now. Nobody's really checking out for it, versus stuff like this, brand new. And that's where I'm at, you know, niche, indie, all that kind of stuff. I go in the women's aisle, men's aisle, all that, and just give you my thoughts. So let's delve into it. Let's take a look at the note breakdown first and see what we got. In the top notes, we have C notes. Now, I know that's a staple of Acqua Di Gio, but anytime I see like floral notes, you know, C notes, I always kind of cringe a little bit. And I'm like, huh, okay, right? You can give us more than that. Bergamot, pear, apple, grapefruit, and lemon. So we got some citrus, obviously here, lots of citruses. We got some fruity aspects. I do hear it has some fruity touches. We'll see how prominent these are, how realistic they are, these notes, if they are at all. In the mid, we have lavender, rosemary, and geranium. So we do have some familiar faces from the Acqua Di Gio lineup. Most notable is the rosemary that is known in the original. And in the base, we have woody notes, tonka, amberwood, patchouli, and labdanum. So very heavy back end for this fragrance. It looks like it's going to be a woody fragrance. I believe it. You correct me if I'm wrong, but we're just going to see it in a couple seconds here. It had a wood cap. At least I think it looked like a real wood cap. Now, it might be fake. We'll see. This was released back in 2018. The nose returns, Mr. Alberto Marias, an all-star perfumier. If we're looking at pricing, that's kind of not fair to look at it like that. Now that it's discontinued, retailers don't have it. Discounters, hardly any of them have it. So it's kind of one of those that's like, I got it at the right time. And that was like probably 2 years ago when I got this. I still haven't unboxed it. Yeah, shame on me. But yeah, let's open her up finally. And I think the Instinct is next on my Acqua Di Gio unboxing. I don't see, it's not on the desk, so it's going to be a while since we see another Acqua Di Gio on the lineup. I say that. They release a new one. I'm having a real hard time with the cellophane. See you later. Okay. So we'll see what this is. What is this? 100? Like they put 75 mil. Okay, 75 mil. They have weird bottle sizes, eh? You know, with their Acqua Di Gio lineup. They don't go with the standard. Oh. Yeah, the cap's wood, by the way. I just touched it, so it's the lacquered wood. It's a nice cap. There's no heft to it because it's real wood. I think this is ash. If my wood knowledge is up to par, very much, of course, lacquered, and it has the stamp of GA on top of it. The atomizer does not have the GA on top of it. I swear the newer ones do. Nope, my Senza doesn't. Does this Elixir one have the GA on top? Yes, they do. Okay, so mine does not on here. It has that. The color is not as dark brown as I thought. I thought it was like an amber, but it's kind of like almost like a watered down amber. It's almost like peach-like hue, almost for the color. A beautiful bottle. It reminds me actually of a Senza. I love that. The bottle is going to look great. It's not metallic, obviously, but magnetic, sorry. But yeah, bottle looks great. Let's put on strip first. We always put on strip first, and then we'll put it on skin. So let's see what Acqua Di Gio. Pretty good atomizer. Absolu by Armani. Okay. Well, it's she's generic, man. Yikes. Two things stood out. This does not smell like an Acqua Di Gio right now. It smells like a very much a generic, watery, sweet, fruity thing. Oh, like almost bargain binish. It's like a modern kid frag kind of thing. Like they were trying to go with what was selling at that period or before it. Yeah, clean, fresh, aquatic. Yeah. Compared to Invictus, that's what I heard. And yeah, I could see this as, and the problem that I'm having here as a fragrance reviewer, first of all, this DNA doesn't speak to me at all. And again, that's personal taste. Not only that, but when this was in stores, the Armani price tag, prices themselves up to some of the high-end ones, right? Dior and Chanel. Armani always, and Hermes, always felt like the little kid on the block that tried to be like the better ones, but never really, you know, I got the name, but I don't really have the scent profiles to really back things up, right? You're not an Hermes, you're not a Chanel, you're not a Dior. This smells like a Paco Rabanne. It smells like a Middle Eastern cologne fragrance. It smells like a $50 fragrance, let alone something that would be premium. And that's my issue as a fragrance reviewer, that the price and the product doesn't really mesh. Yeah, it is clean, fresh, aquatic, sweet, ambery kind of thing. the fruitiness doesn't have, like, I don't smell a pear, I don't smell an apple. It's a fruit bowl, like, kind of fruitiness up top. The original DNA, and no. If you blindfolded me, I'm pretty sure the last thing I'd be thinking about is Acqua Di Gio. So I would have to say no. I see that they tried kind of to put it, like, the rosemary's not there. It's not prominent. It's more of a sweet, fresh, synthetic kind of thing. You got the bergamot. You got the fruity notes, which is under the bergamot. You got like a very synthetic marine sea-like quality a la Invictus, right? Not as good as the original, honestly. And then you're getting those floral touches, mostly lavender, which is a bad lavender. It smells like a fleecy. So that floral is coming through as well. Honestly, honestly, with the cap and the color of the juice and the Absolu and the note breakdown, especially in the base now, this may go more darker the more it's on skin, but those base notes aren't really doing much. Like, I'm smelling a little, you know, it's going to be an amberwood back end, I think, personally, but labdanum, forget about that. Patchouli, tonka, yeah, like that sweetness, but soapy lavender coming through. At the end of the day, not original, so it piggybacks on stuff that came before it. And again, not knock points on it that it's not a, you know, like, it's not really, you know, piggybacking on the lineage of Acqua Di Gio, where, you know, a true flanker would still have bits and pieces of the original. I feel like this isn't. It's more of a, let's copy what's selling at the moment, which is kind of, and again, it's an office wear scent, sure. Daily wear scent, sure. Versatile, most likely. Like, those are like the positives that you could see. But then again, right now that it's discontinued, but like back in the day when it was first like selling, I would never pay Armani pricing for this. Absolutely not. Pun intended. No. I could get this cheaper. That's where your fragrance reviewer kind of wants to, like, I can see some value, so I'm going to give you some positive. I feel like it's much smoother than some of these Invictuses, you know, the Aquas. And I feel like I feel the smoothness, that the rough edges aren't like kind of, oh my God, super synthetic, harsh. Yeah, it's synthetic. C notes are synthetic. Lavender is pretty bad. The fruity notes, there's pear, apple, huh? Right? Fruit bowl, I guess. Citruses, yeah, bergamot mostly, but like a good bergamot, everybody has a bergamot in their introduction. Yeah, I don't know. It's a kid frag. It's like a, either A, you're older and this is just a fragrance DNA that you like, first of all, which there's no shame in that, that you would wear it casually. Totally understand that. Or you're younger and you like this kind of DNA, and you got this and you like it and you wear it. You know, it kind of replaces the other kid beside you that's wearing Invictus. It's the same thing. You probably paid more for yours than theirs. That doesn't mean you're better than them. I feel like where this one wins is probably Maurice's blending. It really is smoother, smooth synthetic fragrance. So at the end of the day, I'm looking forward to the flanker of this one, Instinct. But the bottles were nice. They were nice, you know. And I, at that point, right? And again, you gotta keep that in mind that I bought these like 2 years ago, 2.5 years, something like that. I bought that one because I knew this one was discontinued. I bought that one, the Instinct, and another one. And at that time, I was just like, let's try to build the Acqua Di Gio line. I don't know. I'm kind of like, this is going here. Like, this ain't, unless the dry down gives me something more, it ain't. So at this point, the Absolu. However, We'll see what the dry down gives me. So we'll have a test drive on this one. I'll wear it several days in a row. I'll wear it in the heat, right? It's definitely not spring yet, even though we're in March. There's plenty of snow on the ground here in Canada. So we'll see. We'll give it a proper testing and see what that dry down gives me, right? Am I going to get some of that labdanum? Am I going to get some of that patchouli? Maybe the rosemary is going to peak up, because those are things that are really weak sauce in this one right now. I'm getting a lot of synthetic compounds of fruitiness, bergamot, a C note, lavender that smells kind of like a fleecy. I'm not into it right now. So unfortunately, this unboxing is a pretty bad one for the line. Yeah. And with the bottle presentation, I was probably expecting something a little more woodier. There is some woody aspects in here, but like the thing in the base, right? Woody notes, amber wood, I guess, is what I'm getting. Nondescript woody. Like the closest thing, I guess, would be cedar, but a bad one. Now that you've heard my take, I'd love to see yours in comments below. Good, bad, and the ugly, right? You don't have to agree with me. You can disagree with me. You can say this is great. You can be in the middle of the road, but I'm really actually on the side of this is poor for this kind of lineup. And again, they don't have the, in my personal opinion, like some people put this thing like way higher than me. Right now, the brand only has one standout and one classic, to me personally. And again, I'm not an Acqua Di Gio guy, so take that with a grain of salt. But I can't wait to see the different takes on this one. And as always, a great or poor fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.